12% overpayment or underpayment of SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, for the low income. I have all the details and what you need to be aware of right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do want to share with you the details of a new report that was released by the USDA, which oversees the SNAP benefit program, encompassing about 43 million beneficiaries all across the country. Now, this report does go on to show just how many beneficiaries have either been overpaid or underpaid their monthly benefit over the last couple years here, and what they're going to do about it and their plan going forward. I have all the details for you here in the video. Let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you every single day right by your side to help you out any way that I possibly can. Also, as long as you're right down below the video, make sure to hit the like button and, of course, share this video with your friends, family, and social media so we can help out as many people as we can right now during this very busy and confusing time. Thanks again, truly appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'll be here for you every single day, no matter what. That's my promise, and as always, I'm sticking to it. All right, let's get into it and talk about this new report out of the USDA and what they're now talking about in regards to SNAP benefits and overpayment or underpayment. All right, so let me talk you through the details about this because this is actually pretty interesting. In fact, a lot of these fixed income benefits out there, including those administered by the Social Security Administration, a lot of times are wrong, okay? Very important stuff, okay? So I can talk about Social Security and all those other fixed income benefits in a separate video, but a lot of times, according to the statistics, according to the numbers, a lot of times these benefit calculations are wrong and you should actually be receiving more in a lot of cases, okay? However, this report was a little bit surprising. So they laid out the percentage of people, of beneficiaries all across the country that are either getting overpaid or underpaid from the years 2020 through 2022, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm recording this video in the second half of 2023, okay? So we can probably think, wait, that's from a couple years ago, 2020 to 2022. You're right, it was through that time. However, this is still happening today, okay? This is still happening. I guarantee you there are beneficiaries out there right now that are getting more or less than what they should be, okay? So that's why it's very important stuff. Got to pay attention to this and know what is going on with these programs. All right, so let me walk you through the numbers and what this report actually shows out. So here's what they found. Between the years of 2020 through the end of 2022, through these studies, they found that 12% of beneficiaries were either being overpaid or underpaid. However, let's break it down a little bit further. They found during that time that 9.84% of beneficiaries were being overpaid during that time. Seems a little bit suspicious, right? Why is it 9.84% are being overpaid? Meanwhile, a little bit over 2% are being underpaid. Interesting, right? Seems like it's always kind of that way, right? Why is it always that people are being overpaid versus underpaid? It seems a little bit weird to me when most beneficiaries would probably say, no, I'm being underpaid. I don't know what you're talking about, right? So anyway, this is what the report is now showing. Now, this is very important to understand because they are working diligently. Apparently, the states are working diligently to correct all of this and make sure that proper payments are going out to beneficiaries going forward, which is great for the little bit over 2% of beneficiaries that have been underpaid for those couple of years. But what about all the people that have been overpaid? Well, that's good to know because that simply means that the 9.84% of beneficiaries, or, nearly 10%, which is about, running the numbers on this, knowing that there are 43 million beneficiaries all across the country. This would indicate that about 4.3 million people, give or take a little bit, it's a little bit less than 10%, which is the 9.84 that I've been mentioning, roughly 4.9 million people across the country have been overpaid. What do you think they're going to do about that? Well, they're going to come in with their, hands and whatever they do, and they're going to adjust payments to account for the overpayments if they have not done so already. So I'm not saying that everybody's going to have this big, massive, reduction or drop to their SNAP benefit. I'm not saying that at all. However, I am saying that according to these numbers here, there's roughly 5 million people in total that are going to have their benefits adjusted, okay? About 4.3 million, give or take a little bit, that'll have their benefits adjusted, possibly lower a little bit because of their apparent overpayment. And then roughly, what is the math on that? Maybe like 800,000 people, roughly, give or take a little bit, whose payments are probably going to be boosted a little bit because of the underpayment if they actually come due on that and actually make sure that these beneficiaries are getting their benefits adjusted higher as they should be, right? So anyway, I want to bring this to your attention. This is an interesting report. I don't see reports like this all the time, but this is one that just recently came out that I wanted to bring to your attention because it's 12% of people total, okay? Through, all people, about 5 million people in total, roughly, out of the 43 million. So, of course, it's not going to impact everybody, but for those people that it's going to impact, you probably want to know about that, right? Especially if you are somebody that they are categorizing as being overpaid. Well, guess what happens? When somebody gets overpaid, do they just let it slide? Not usually. They usually do make some kind of adjustment, maybe lower benefits, or possibly even, in some instances, depending on what it is, they maybe even garnish benefits going forward until they get that money back, right? For example, like Social Security, for example, if you get overpaid for a series of time, do they just say, oh, don't worry about it, just go ahead and keep it? Oh no, not a chance. They get that money back, right? They say, send us the money back. We'll give you 60 days, 45 days, 90 days, whatever. They give you some timeline and they say, get us the money back. And meanwhile, they've overpaid for like a year, right? Are you kidding me? And they just want somebody to cut a check. Otherwise, they'll be like, hey, we're going to garnish your benefit going forward until we get that money back, right? So generally, these government entities like this and, these different programs like this generally do not let overpayments fly like that, okay? So probably pretty important stuff that we want to pay attention to. Now, if you happen to be somebody that was, into this overpayment category or even the underpayment category, just be aware. Now, again, we don't know exactly who these people are because they didn't give like an alphabetical list of names. Now, obviously, they would never do that. But in the event that you happen to be one of these people, just remember, you could possibly be receiving a letter from your state saying, hey, we went through our rolls and we see that you've been overpaid or underpaid. We're going to adjust your benefit X, okay? So just please be aware of that. Now, here's another interesting statistic about this. I'm not sure how many people here in the channel are watching from Alaska, but if you're watching from Alaska, first off, shout out. Thanks for watching from Alaska. That's awesome, right? But here's the thing. They said in this report, 56% of SNAP beneficiaries in the state of Alaska are being overpaid. 56%? That's a lot, right? I'm not sure how many people in Alaska are getting SNAP benefits. I did not look up that number. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. Just being fair with you, okay? But that's what they said, 56%. So apparently Alaska, apparently they're doing something there where they kind of dropped the ball on that. But that is what they said in this report. Now, there's a lot of other states out there as well. It's not just Alaska, okay? That's just one state that's really stood out that has a lot of overpayments going out to beneficiaries. So just want to bring this to your attention just so we can all be aware of what's going on. If you happen to receive a letter, some type of communication from your state talking about your SNAP benefits, or if you happen to see some type of change to your monthly benefit not in accordance with the cost of living adjustment, then, this could be possibly it. Either way, we want to pay attention to this stuff. Either way, you know what I mean? So I'm here for you in any way that I can be. I know a lot of weird stuff going on out there. And it seems to be like they're just trying to grab our benefits, trying to grab our money, right? It just seems like, leave us alone already. You know what I mean? So anyway, hope you're having a nice day so far. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Also, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. If I see the same questions or comments coming up time and time again, I like to make a dedicated video talking about that, or I will do what I can to answer those for you and, again, make dedicated videos where I see fit if I see the same concerns coming up. So anyway, hope this one helps you. Again, another weird report out there, but just want to make sure everybody's aware of what's going on here and what they're now saying. So enjoy. Have a nice day, and I'm here for you in any way that can be. I'm watching everything. It's a super busy time. Have a nice day. That's the most important part here. So have a nice day. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.